by abusing the Despot 003 into an Auroradon combo worked much better in my personal taste. Now, there's a lot to go through, so we're going to try to go pretty fast, so let's go ahead and jump on into the monsters. Alrighty, starting with the monsters, one thing you're going to have to keep in mind is the level 4 and level 8 Megalith monsters have two somewhat similar effects. Now, there isn't really a true ritual spell for the archetype. Instead, what you're going to find is the level 4 Megalith monsters can ritual summon monsters by tributing themselves and any other monsters that you can do ritual summon.
Promethean Princess!
So these are their face-up effects, whereas our level 8 Megalith monsters are going to act as ritual spell cards in the hand, where they themselves do not count as the ritual fodder. However, they do act as the ritual spell card, like I stated. Now, here we play 3 Megalith Ophiel. Ophiel, on summon, is going to be able to search any of your Megalith ritual monsters from your deck to your hand. And then we play 3 Megalith Haggith. Now, Haggith is the counterpart to Ophiel. He is going to be able to search any of our Megalith ritual spell or trap cards from the deck to our hand. Then, as we were stating before, going into 2 Megalith Airtron. So, Megalith Airtron, like all of the other level 8s, acts as a ritual spell card in the hand. However, his effect allows him to be a quick play ritual spell card in the hand, which is huge going into some of the combos that we'll talk about later. He also has a targeted protection effect when he is on the field, where you can place 1 ritual monster from your graveyard to the bottom of the deck, and if you do negate that activation, then destroy it. Now, that doesn't come nearly as often, but if you find yourself in a pinch, it can be helpful. Then we also play 2 Megalith Bethor. Now, I love Megalith Bethor because when he is ritual summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of ritual monsters with different names in your graveyard and destroy them. Again, it doesn't need to be specifically Megalith monsters in your graveyard, it is just any differently named ritual monster. Then, finally, for the level 8, we played 1 Megalith Pele, which basically goes ahead and boosts all of your monsters. Again, it's not just ritual or Megalith monsters, but it boosts all of your monsters by 300 attack and defense for each ritual monster in your graveyard. So unlike Bethor, where it needs to be differently named, it is just any number of ritual monsters in the graveyard. It is huge for going ahead and pushing for OTKs and the like. Then, finally, for Megalith monsters, we have our 3 Megalith Full. Now, Full is a new release from the Rise of the Duelist, and it completely revolutionizes the deck. Megalith Full, you'll notice, is a level 2, which actually is pretty handy as we get into things later. But when it is Ritual Summon, you can target a ritual monster in the graveyard and add it to your hand. And then when it's added to the hand, its level becomes the level of the ritual monster you added. So more than often, it's going to become a level 4 or level 8 as you add back other Megalith monsters. And then his other effect is it is a quick effect during the main phase. You can activate this effect, ritual summon 1 Megalith ritual monster from your hand or deck, tributing monsters from your hand or field whose levels equal or exceed the level of that ritual monster. So this is absolutely insane. You can see things already like how he is able to ritual summon Megalith Bethor on your opponent's turn to go ahead and wipe the field. It is also an automatic rank 4 or rank 8 Xyz monster just through the sheer act of being able to add back any of our Megalith level 4 or 8s and itself becoming at that level. So absolutely amazing monster. Now jumping into some of the engines that we play in the deck, we have our 3 Incantation Chalice Slime, and its effect basically just lets us discard a card to special summon out any of our incantations from the deck. And then for our incantations here, play, again, just small package of 1 Incantation Candle, 1 Incantation Talismandra, and I just threw in the 1 Incantation Inception here. Now what we were talking about before, this is the biggest part of the engines or the deck. Really, this is what enables us to skip our opponent's turn. We have 3 Despot 003 and the 2 Despot 001. Now, Despot 003 will allow you to special summon out a Despot 001, going to Health Vibrax, going to Auroradon, and just start your combos there. Absolutely amazing. The 3-2 ratio, obviously you need to run the 2001. However, even if you draw into a 001, it's actually pretty useful because you can just use that to make your Hulk anyways, and it goes full combo from there. Then since we're running Aurora for the package, we have our 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Cold Wave. And then for the times that we don't open our 003 for full combo, we can search out with our Gallic Granite Blader and Adamancipator Researcher. This is an absolute amazing part of the deck. This is what enables us to go into our backup play of summoning out an S0 Utopic Zexal, which basically still means that we are skipping our opponent's turn. Researcher is a great extender, it gets us to our Hulk, gets us to our Auroradon, full combo, still such an amazing card, even with Black Dragon being banned. And then for the last monster, we have the Piece de Resistance, the Amor Factor Pain, the Imagination Draco Overlord. You may recognize this from Stephen Bronder's video on Team Portal's channel. But basically, the most important part of him is when he is ritual summoned, he is going to allow you to skip the main phase 1 of your opponent's turn. Beyond that, he's also a floodgate that negates the effects of face-up fusion, synchro, and exceeds monsters while they are on the field. And then also, if you send from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Draco Overlord monster from your deck to your hand, except More Factor Pain, the Imagination Draco Overlord. Now, we don't play any other cards, so that'll never go off, but acting as a pretty strong floodgate, can be strong in some matchups, but that skip turn is really what we are looking at, and is going to make everything function. On to the spell cards and the rest of the deck that we play. We have our 1 Megalith Portal. Now, this is great because the first time each ritual summon monster would be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed, so that's great protection, especially for all of our Megalith monsters. Really big booties, so sometimes they're hard to get rid of in a simplified game state. But the most important part of this is if a Megalith monster is special summoned, you can target 1 ritual monster in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. The next insane card in the deck is going to be Megalith Unformed. Now, this is kind of a strange ritual spell card because it is not a ritual spell card. It is a quick play spell card that basically allows you to ritual summon 1 Megalith ritual monster from the deck in defense position by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose levels equal exactly twice the level of that monster. So that's where having those level 8s, level 4s, level 2s really comes into play. And then it also has an alternative effect where when you activate it, all monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack for each ritual monster on the field until the end of this turn. Now that rarely comes up, but still a nice thing to keep in mind, especially since this can have some damage up shenanigans onto it. Then basically another staple for this is going to be 3 Preparation of Rites. Basically everything that you want to search in the deck is level 7 or lower. Then because we are in a meta that has just such crazy first turn boards that we have to get through and some pretty strong floodgates, I like to main deck 3 Dark Ruler No More for the times where we end up having to go second in game 1. And then also I have a single Cosmic Cyclone for some of those matchups again where you end up going second game 1 and you just need to get rid of a floodgate or anything like that. Now ideally this would be a Harvey's Feather Duster, however I do not currently own one, so we just have the Cosmic Cyclone sitting in here. If you wanted to replace these, you could very easily put in a Triple Tactics Talent and a single Called by the Grave, because that can kind of help your combo go through, and Triple Tactics is great going first or second. I just really like what Dark Ruler No More can add for the deck. Then for the absolutely final card in the deck, we play 1 Terminal World. Now again, this with Pain is what allows us to skip our opponent's turn. Activate only during the main phase 1, while this card's on the field, both players skip their main phase 2. Now, in the Team Portal Bronder video, you're going to notice that they play Thunder of Ruler. Now the reason I like Terminal World more is because it is a continuous spell card, which allows us to basically pain and continually skip our opponent's turn if we needed to. Now, you may think that's a little bit weaker because Thunder of Ruler is a trap card. However, it needs to be specifically activated in your opponent's standby phase, so there is still a period of time in the draw phase where your opponent could remove it with any spell or trap card removal. So Terminal World really isn't any weaker than Thunder of Ruler. If they know the matchup, they know to hit this card. Now, basically what's going to happen is your opponent can go to the draw phase, standby phase, battle phase, say they didn't get treatment. You can still go into pretty much full combo. Again, we talked about a backup play going into S0 Utopic Zexal. It allows you to do that. In situations when you draw one, even both, it allows you to discard one. And so that is full combo still right there. Then continuing the Auroradon Despot combos, we have our triple Herald of the Arclight. Now this is absolutely amazing for the deck. Virtual-based decks really take full advantage of Herald of the Arclight. It's an Omni-Negate Necrocosmos, and it's a Rota for any monster or spell card. It is absolutely amazing for the deck. And for Synchro 4, we have one Crystron Quandax, and we also have our Warlord Savage Dragon. Now, Crystron Quandax is great because it is a tuner level 4, which allows us to go into our Warlord Savage Dragon here. One of the most important cards of the deck, have our one Gallic Granite. Now this is what allows us to continue any of our backup or follow-up plays by searching out any rock-type monster in our deck, which is basically everything, just absolutely amazing. And again, speaking of the S0 backup play, we have our 3 number monsters here. We have a number 16 Dugar's Timeless, amazing for its draw effect, for its revival effect, even if you double attack effect at all, just an amazing addition. We also have our number 106, Giant is again just another great rank 4 Xyz, along with number 41, Kuska the Terribly Tired Taper. These are what will allow you to basically hard summon a S0 Utopic Zexal. Again, if you're not skipping your opponent's turn with a Pain in a Terminal World on board, just do a Zexal, and you still have the backup and follow-up from a Megalith full, say, in hand, with a Bethor to wipe the entire field. It is absolutely amazing. But for the full skip turn pseudo FTK, we have our Primathmic Elm version. Now you may remember some hype, at least for this guy, specifically because of an effect where if you detach 4 materials from this card, you can add any one spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So this is how we are ideally going to search out our Terminal World through our Auroradon and Despot combo, which I will show to you in just a moment. And the very last card in the extra deck is one Dinkirsu, the Orcus of the 8-star. Again, since Megalith Full is an automatic rank 4 or rank 8, I chose Dinkirsu because he just seemed like the best option. It's like Hope Harbinger with a Spell Negate or a rank 8 Xyz Felgrand for a monster negate. I figured it would be the best 15th card for us in the extra deck. Alrighty everybody, it's time for what you've all been waiting for, the combo section. So there's a lot to get through, so we're going to try to go really fast. So feel free to slow down the video too. Now, like I said, this is a 1-card skip turn combo. So using the single Despot 003 to show you how we're going to skip our opponent's turn. So we're going to go ahead and summon out the Despot 003, which its effect will summon out the 001, and use both of these to go ahead and go into our Crystron Huckafibrax. Now Huckafibrax effect, we'll go ahead and special summon our other Despot 001, and then using both of these, we are going to go into our Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. Now Auroradon's effect activate, which will allow us to special summon 3 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens onto the field, and then both of those tokens, or both of Despot 001s I should say, are going to trigger because of those tokens. Now special summoning them out, and use one of these tokens, and Despot 001 go to a Herald of the Arclight, and same thing with the other Despot, other tokens, make a second Herald. Now relate these 2 heralds, and we're to see summon our Gallic Granite. Gallic Granite to death 1, 2, 3, effect, search out a Megalith and so every Herald of the Target. It's going to go ahead to add an Incantation Shell Sign to our deck to our hand. Now using our Auroradon's other effect, we're going to tribute both of these to go ahead and special summon out a Advantage Coin from our deck. And our second Herald, that was our Gallic Granite, is going to go ahead and grab a second Incantation Chalice. Now the reason we grab another one of these is because we need some discard fodder, and we are going to have to banish whatever we have because we'll have a Herald on the field, so this will banish a second Chalice Slime. So sending it later. Now, chaining that Herald effect with the Cult Wing effect is going to go off. Special summoning 2 Electromagnet Cult Wing tokens, which will then trigger our 2 Despots. One this token. See that? So, Chalice Slime to discard. Summon out a Incantation Candle, which will add Incantation Inception from deck to hand. Using the Inception, tribute off our Candle, summon out our Ophiel. Now Ophiel's effect will activate, which will add a Megalith Haggith from our deck to our hand. Now, we're not able to loop our Incantation Inception because we have to send the Chalice Slime to the grave. And with our Herald on board, we may as well right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like the perfect time for us to Xyz summon our Primathmech Alimbertion. Now, on summon, he is going to activate, detach our 1, 2, 3, 4 materials, and search out, ooh, yes, that beautiful Terminal World from our deck to our hand. Now, the Herald that was detached is going to go ahead and trigger here. And we may as well search out the other piece of the puzzle, the Amorphactor. Now, since that Herald is off the field, we're going to go ahead and use the Incantation Inception effect, add it back to hand by sending the Chalice Slime. And in doing so, we're going to be able to summon out our Talismandra. Now, Talismandra's effect will go ahead and add an Aeratron from our deck to our hand, which we'll see why that's important later. Now, using the Inception to tribute off the Talismandra, we'll go ahead and summon out our Haggith. Haggith effect will activate, add our Informed from our deck to our hand. And then from right here, we're going to actually go ahead and just activate that Informed right now. Tribute off the Haggith, which will then summon out Megalith Full. Now, Full effect will trigger when it is summoned to add back the Haggith to become level 4. And then we're going to instantly tribute off the Haggith we added to summon out a Megalith Ophiel. Now, Ophiel's effect will trigger, and we're going to add another Megalith Full from our deck to our hand. Now, right here, we can see that we've got 4 cards left in our hand. We're going to use Ophiel's effect on field, tribute both itself and the Full, since they're both level 4s, to ritual summon out our level 8 Amorphactor Pain. And then you go ahead and activate Terminal World, and right there, that's it. Our opponent's entire turn is skipped, and if that wasn't bad enough, we have a Aeratron and Megalith Full in hand. So on our opponent's turn, or when we wrap it back around, we are able to summon out a Full. We can basically go up from there. We're able to summon out a Phaleg, boost all of our monsters to OTK. If anything were to happen somehow to Terminal World, we still have access to Bathor through Full to wipe our entire opponent's field. And let's just take a second to look in terms of differently named virtual monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you include the Aeratron that we're going to have to send to the grave if we wanted to activate Full's effect, you're able to pop 5 cards on your opponent's field. Or again, just boost with Phaleg and OTK. All in all, I think this is a great combo. Again, beyond this, you would still have 4 other cards in hand, which is absolutely insane to me. So this entire combo off 1 card skips your entire opponent's turn. You have a floodgate on the field. You have 6 cards in hand, and you're able to pop your entire opponent's field. I don't know about you guys, but it seems pretty crazy to me. I absolutely love this deck, love this combo. Let's go ahead and quickly roll into our backup combo in Utopic Zexal. Alrighty, now time for our backup Zexal plan for when we don't open Despot 003. Basically, you just need any way to access our Gallic Granite. Now, in this combo, I'm just going to show a 2-card combo using Megalith Haggith and Megalith Unformed. So let's get right into it. We're going to instantly use Unformed to tribute off the Haggith, which will then summon out our Megalith Bull. Now, Full's effect, we'll go ahead and add the Haggith back to our hand, which we're immediately going to tribute off to summon out a Megalith Ophiel. Full's effect will activate to add a Haggith to our hand. Now we're going to go ahead and overlay these two because again Full becomes at level 4 when it adds back the Haggith into our Gallic Granite. Now Gallic Granite is going to detach to add our one of Adamantipator Researcher. Now we'll use her effect to special summon her onto the field since we control a rock type monster. And then using these two, we are going to go into our Crystron Halqifibrax. Now, Halqifibrax effect is going to go ahead and summon out our Lonely Despot 001. And then, using these two, we are going to go into our Mecha Phantom-Beast Auroradon. Now, Auroradon's effect will activate, which will allow us to summon out 3 Mecha Phantom-Beast tokens. And that will trigger our 1 Despot 001 in the graveyard. Now using one of these tokens and our Despot 001, we are going to summon out our Herald of the Arclight. Then using the second effect of Mecha Phantom-Beast Auroradon, we're going to tribute off the 2 tokens and summon out our Mecha Phantom-Beast Coltwing. Coltwing's effect will activate, summoning out 2 tokens, and again triggering our Despot 001. 001 and another token will make our second Herald of the Arclight. And then using both of these Heralds, we're going to overlay these two into our number 60 Dugares the Timeless. Now, using Dugares' effect to detach 2, we are going to target our 001 in the graveyard, special it back out. Now, it's important to remember when you use number 60's revival effect, you skip your next main phase 1. Now, we're going to be making Zexal and skipping our opponent's turn anyways to OTK, so it won't matter too much, but it is an important thing to remember. We are also going to go ahead and trigger both of our Herald searches now since they detached. And just like last time, add 1 and 2 Chalice Slimes because we just need another card for fodder. Now, using the Despot for the last time, and the 1 token. We're going to summon out another, and our last Herald of the Arclight. And using these 2, we're going to bring out our number 106 Giant Hand. Now, using the Chalice Slime effect, to discard 1, we're going to special out the incantation Candle to add the Inception to our hand. Then, using the Inception to tribute off the Candle, we will summon out our Haggith. Haggith's effect will activate to allow us to add an Unformed from our deck to our hand. Now, here we're going to use the Incantation effect in Grave to send our Chalice Slime to the grave, add it back to our hand, and this will then special summon out a Talismandra. And then Talismandra effect will go ahead and search our Megalith Ophiel, which we will then use Inception, tribute off Talismandra, summon out Ophiel, then Ophiel's effect will grab the Aeratron from our deck to our hand. Now this is probably as good of a time as any, now that we have 2 level 4s on field. We will bring out our number 41, the Gooskip, the Terribly Tired Paper, and now, as you see, we have 3 number monsters on our field, and so we are going to overlay all of them and bring out our S0 Utopic Zexal. So again, an amazing backup play for when we don't open our 003, but we are not quite done yet, because we sent a Herald when we detached the materials of those Xyz monsters. We are going to go ahead and search out our Megalith Full. And continuing from there, we're going to use our Unformed to send an Aeratron, which will then special summon out an Ophiel. Ophiel's effect will activate, and we'll add another Aeratron. And there you have it, guys. That is our backup number S0 Utopic Zexal play, which just off of 2 cards, we end with 2 cards in hand, an Ophiel on field, a Zexal on board, and our Mega Fan Beast Auroradon. Now something to keep in mind, because our main phase 1 is being skipped, you could risk it and put our Utopic Zexal in attack mode, because again, their turn's more than likely getting skipped anyways, and as backup, we can use our Aerotron to go ahead and tribute off our Ophiel to summon out our full, which by itself can add back the Aerotron, summon out a Bethor, wipe our entire opponent's field, that's 4 to 5 cards being popped. So that's the entire board if they try to set everything. Or we can just summon out our Phalanx and boost everything and then just swing face. That's OTK. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this 1 card skip turn Megalith deck profile / backup with the S0 Utopic Zexal to basically skip our opponent's turn anyways. Megaliths are super underrated. I wish they got a little bit more love. Let me know, guys, what you think in the comment section below. Like, share with a friend, kind of spread the love, because this is really, really underrated. And yeah, have fun with it. Thanks. Peace.
I want 2 of that. Wacky. Dark Ruler is my only recourse when going second. Wait, what? Tour guide from the underworld? Oh, weird. Oh, great. Should I actually try running more Bentens? Do I have Troll?
I think I make it pretty obvious that I'm a big fan of the Super Mario series. I mean, for as long as I can remember, I've been playing these games with my family or watching YouTube. On top of Mario and other video games like Minecraft, I've also been a massive LEGO set. It's probably for even longer than I've been you. You know what happens when you like two things? You'll want to combine them. For years, I was dreaming of one day LEGO finally deciding to make sense of the and one day, in 2020, they finally announced just that in the form of a little. I got so excited that I did a video predicting.
Wait, Link 4?
However,
Holy shit!
In fact, I would say the Super Mario brand of LEGO sets has largely disappointing for the past 4 years. Today, I want to rant about my problems with the line and what I want to change about it. Obviously, this is a pretty different video than I'm used to making a good thing about LEGOs rather than video games. I unfortunately do not have a good IRL filming setup, so sorry if the background footage is unrelated to what I'm saying. I'll do my best to still put up what I'm saying as a comment. I mean, to be fair, most of you probably aren't. But anyways, if you enjoyed this mini rant video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right in. Okay, so first things first, what is the LEGO Mario line like right now? Well, if you picture a standard LEGO set like LEGO City or something like Mario Exactly. Instead of being sets based on iconic LEGO series built form, LEGO Mario works. The way LEGO Mario sets currently work are under a sort of personal style. Instead of minifigures, you have 3 horrific digital figures based on Mario, Luigi, and Peach. Now these don't come with the main set. Instead you have to buy a starter pack to feature one of them for $60 to enjoy any of the sets. Help it just basically floats to the ground though, many elements of different things on them that cause special effects. It's this boat starting at level with a pipe of black perspective. Once it first begins, your goal is to collect many possible make the correct pretty much the basic summary of what the LEGO Mario line is. So I'm sure most of you are very familiar with this, but I'm just gonna say, I am personally not a fan of this line of sets at all. Before we get into why, I do want to make sure we give credit where credit's due. On top of the first couple of sets, there have been a big collector style products. As of the time of this video, there has been 4 with 1 additional date announced in March. Those sets are the LEGO NES, Question Oracle, Bowser, Bottom Dance, and the upcoming Mario. These have been absolutely phenomenal, and no matter what I say in this video, I hope they continue to be just. I have bought every single one of them so far, and I'm comfortable saying that 3 of them are my top 3 LEGO sets of all time, and I've been collecting for quite a while. If I were to give a quick little mini ranking, last place is Yoshi because I think that now. Then I do it up front. Well, it's great. Set, but I think it's a perfect size. And as for my top 3, this is very difficult because they're all almost I think I'd go 3 the NES, 2 the question mark block, and 1,000. All 3 of these sets are really good though, and I highly recommend buying them. They are quite expensive, but so are LEGO sets. Of the 3, I think Bowser is just able to edge them out as a fun. But yeah, whatever I say in this video, keep in mind that I'm only referring to the first LEGO style of the sets. LEGO, you're doing a great job with this. Those are some positives out of the way. We can finally start the game, which is something you guys are absolutely excited. I've got quite a few problems with how this course is done, so we're just gonna go for it. First things first, I simply don't love the idea of this set. Obviously, this is very different from anything else LEGO does. I mean, it's basically like making a video game out of LEGO. But that simple time differences. Now, I can respect them trying something new, and I'm sure that kind of just comes with it. I mean, their consoles are not that. I'm also well aware that I am far from the target demographic that these course holders have. Refrigerating 20-year-old man is just about one brother. Even if I'm not the target audience, I think they could have done a good job making Mario 7. I mean, that's exactly what they mean. Everyone of all ages is Mario. You can say I've seen many people influence this course builder set. That's in stark contrast to most LEGO. Looking at, say, Star Wars and Marvel sets, people of all ages love them. I think the reason that is comes from what these are the iconic LEGO figures that you see in 90% sets. If you think of LEGO, this is probably what whenever I'm dreaming about getting LEGO Mario sets, I'm always super excited thinking about getting the figures. But, as you can tell, we have still not gotten any Mario. And to be fair, Mario characters could have some trouble changing over to this style. I feel like you could absolutely make Mario figure sets in this scale. I mean, they aren't even the most complicated characters LEGO has ever translated into. One of my friends that also made a pretty figures, and I think they turned out especially considering you have access to both the highly recommend watching the video. The point is, there should absolutely be no trouble translating Mario characters let's not kid ourselves, the digital versions of them aren't the nicest looking. And so I highly doubt it. So minifigures are one of my favorite parts of LEGO. Because the set 3 of my favorite sets have any. Now I will say some of the enemies in the LEGO Mario line are pretty close to minifigure scale, so I don't mind. I mean, LEGO Drive is just adorable. How could you not? But at the very least, some of the enemies are bad. For people to make minifigures based on the Mario series has been incredible. No one's made that even worse. The fact that they're making minifigure sets for every other video game. LEGO Minecraft, for example, has been a design of sets for years and they're absolutely fantastic. They have minifigures for several characters, like many mobs and this line of minifigure sets has been going since 2018, and there's no sign of its life. But I'm sure a lot of you are pointing out how Minecraft just works better in LEGO form considering the source code. I mean, you literally don't think that perfectly translated LEGO. Minecraft is far from the old game franchise. Let's look at a more recent example with the Sonic the Hedgehog set, but also platform. Now, I haven't bought any of these sets myself, and they look pretty good. But I'm happy they made so many iconic Sonic characters in this form, and that just leaves me questioning, why not Mario? Those iconic sets. And for a while there, I was just thinking, okay, maybe Nintendo's mistakes. But then they made Animal Crossing sets and the Zelda set, both in minifigure scale. These sets, especially the Great Deku Tree, look fantastic, and I love how they translated so many of the characters into minifigures. I've already bought the Great Deku Tree, and I'm just waiting for Zelda. Why can Zelda get a phenomenal minifigure set with 4 iconic characters, and Mario hasn't gotten a single one ever? I mean, even if I could just get one big Peach's capsule set in scale, I'd be over it. But for some reason, LEGO or Nintendo just despise Mario. The characters not being minifigures isn't the only problem. We also need to look at the actual builds of these sets. People aren't just asking for minifigure sets because of the characters.
Holy shit, this deck actually plays Yu-Gi-Oh!
Lines that are usually a series of small builds connected together loosely by play. And so kids can redesign the sets by shuffling around how all the areas are connected. Sure, it can be fun to connect different sets together for one performance, but unfortunately, there's a lot of
Oh my god, access code talker.
Now that's not to say there aren't any good ones. Whenever they do a vehicle, for example, I think they do a pretty good job. Buildings, on the other hand, are really good. More often than not, they are extremely good. Now, stone houses in particular definitely good. There are also sets like Peach's Castle that have barely any. Again, I get that this is done because the main idea is that you're building a course and not display units, but that's also exactly on top of the build being pretty lackluster, what they decide to actually make is good. Mario has countless iconic locations from his many games. For a majority of these sets, they're entirely new. And that's not to say original sets based on a license need or that. Let's take a look back at LEGO Minecraft. A large portion of its sets are just based on things you can make. The first Night set is one of my favorite LEGO sets, and it's not based on anything. At the same time, sets based on actual locations from the game grow. I mean, you can find a set for pretty much every single structure, so I think Minecraft has struck a really good balance. Mario, on the other hand, has very little in terms of constant references to the source material. It's got a few airships from
Yo.
Ajay, yung kaibigan mo, susunduin ba?
Hindi daw pala siya sasama. I asked him, he said no.
Oh, sige. Bago mag 9:30, nandiyan ako
Okay.
Alis na agad tayo. Sige.
I should get ready then, hey? Why? I'm dead. Bruh, help. Danger Bigfoot is meta. Wow, this fucking sucks too. Why? Why? Why can't I get Sprite off that? They need to be level 2 specifically. Jesus Christ, of course that's what you top deck.
Thanks.